In the depths of the Amazon rainforest, something is watching. It doesn't chirp. It doesn't roar. It waits, like a ghost with wings. With claws larger than a grizzly bear's and the strength to snatch a monkey mid-swing, this is the harpy eagle. And it might be the most powerful bird you've never heard of. Named after the harpies of Greek mythology, ruthless winged creatures who terrorized mortals from the skies, the harpy eagle lives up to the legend. Standing over 3 feet tall with a wingspan of 7 feet, it's one of the largest and most powerful raptors on Earth. Its body is built for precision and strength, cloaked in feathers that are both elegant and intimidating. Its legs are thicker than a human wrist, ending in talons longer than a grizzly bear's claws. The harpy doesn't just fly, it rules the sky. But it's not just about size, it's the presence. The harpy looks like it stepped out of a fantasy film. Black and white feathers like armor, silver-gray eyes that seem to see into your soul, and a dramatic feathered crest that rises when it's alert. Seeing one feels like witnessing a living spirit, an apex predator sculpted by evolution. Its talons can grow up to 5 inches, longer than a grizzly bear's claw. These aren't for show. They're weapons built to crush bone. With a grip strength of over 500 pounds per square inch, stronger than a lion's bite, the harpy can snap a monkey's spine, immobilize a sloth, and lift prey its own weight straight into the air. Hunting is where the harpy shows its true skill. Unlike birds that soar high above, the harpy is a master of shadows. It waits patiently in thick jungle canopy, where light barely penetrates. It listens. A rustle, a tail swish. That's all it needs. Then it launches with explosive force, wings folding slightly to slip through the branches with stunning agility. There's no warning, no second chance. Compared to the bald eagle, the harpy is shorter, but heavier and far stronger. The bald eagle fishes and scavenges. The harpy takes what it wants. Howler monkeys, squirrel monkeys, opossums, sloths. If it lives in the trees, it's fair game. Even animals high above the forest floor aren't safe. Each hunt is a calculated strike. Biologists have seen harpies leap from hidden perches to snatch prey mid-air. Their eyesight is 8 times better than a human's. They can see through thick foliage and spot movement from hundreds of feet away. Every move is deliberate. Every strike is fatal. Despite their fearsome nature, harpies are devoted parents. A mated pair raises one chick every 2 to 3 years. They build massive nests, more than 4 feet wide, high in the tallest trees. Both parents share duties, feeding and protecting the chick for months. Many indigenous cultures consider the harpy sacred, a symbol of balance and strength. But the harpy's kingdom is under threat. Deforestation, especially in Brazil and Panama, is wiping out their habitat. The towering trees they rely on are disappearing. Without these trees, they can't nest, hunt, or survive. Each felled tree is another step toward extinction. Fewer than 50,000 harpy eagles are thought to remain in the wild. In some areas, they're already gone. Poaching adds pressure, but habitat loss is the real killer. And when the harpy disappears, the ecosystem starts to unravel. Harpies are apex predators. They help control populations of mid-sized mammals that, without regulation, can damage forests. Remove the harpy, and the balance breaks. Populations spike or collapse. Plants stop growing. Trees stop spreading. Nature loses a vital guardian. Conservationists are fighting back. In Brazil, Peru, and Ecuador, programs are protecting nesting sites, studying harpy behavior, and teaching communities about the bird's importance. Drones and satellites help track their movements. But It's a race against time, and the forest is falling fast. This is the Harpy eagle, ruler of the treetops, symbol of strength, protector of the rainforest. Now, it's becoming a shadow of its former self. If you believe this bird deserves its place in the sky, don't let it become a myth. Support conservation. Defend the rainforest. Share the story. Because if the Harpy vanishes, we lose more than a bird. We lose a legend. Subscribe for more incredible predators and unforgettable stories. Only on Animal Aftermath.
You've met the hunter. Now meet the legend behind the feathers. The Harpy eagle isn't just a predator. It's a force of myth and meaning, etched into the stories, symbols, and survival strategies of countless cultures. For the Ember people of Panama, the Harpy isn't feared, it's revered. To see one is considered a spiritual moment, a connection with the ancestors, and a sign of strength in the natural world. They don't just protect the bird, they tell its story to their children, passing down respect, not fear. Even its name holds power. The Harpy, named after the wind spirits of Greek mythology, wasn't chosen by accident. Those mythical harpies were feared for their sudden appearances, their ruthless judgment, their ability to take what they wanted without warning. It's a fitting title, because that's exactly what this eagle does. It comes from nowhere, judges without mercy, and leaves only silence in its wake. But what makes the Harpy so extraordinary isn't just its power, it's its purpose. This bird has adapted to one of the most complicated environments on Earth. The Amazon rainforest is dense, unpredictable, layered with life from the roots to the canopy. Most large birds avoid it. The Harpy owns it. With short, broad wings and a long tail, it's designed for aerial acrobatics in tight quarters. It doesn't just survive the jungle, it bends it to its will. And it's quiet, so quiet. Unlike the screeching eagles of savannas or the trumpeting calls of macaws, the Harpy eagle is almost silent. Its feathers are specially adapted to muffle sound, allowing it to glide between branches like a shadow. That silence isn't just stealth, it's survival. In the rainforest, noise gives you away. Silence makes you a ghost. Even its parenting style is unique in the animal kingdom. Where most raptors raise multiple chicks or move on quickly, the Harpy invests in just one. And it invests hard. Over the course of 2 years, the parents teach that single chick how to fly, how to hunt, how to be the next ruler of the trees. It's an apprenticeship, not just parenting. The young eagle doesn't leave the nest until it's ready to take the jungle for itself. And while most raptors use speed to catch prey, the Harpy uses patience. It waits, sometimes for hours. Its eyes scan, its ears tune in, and its body remains still. Because when it strikes, it has to count. It's not just hunting, it's betting everything on a single move. And most of the time, it wins. But there's more. Did you know the Harpy's facial feathers can act like a satellite dish? When it raises its facial disc, it can funnel sound toward its ears, improving its ability to detect tiny movements or distant rustles. That's not just biology, that's built-in radar. Its eyes? Packed with rods for low-light vision. They can pick up ultraviolet patterns in feathers and fur. What we see as a wall of green, the Harpy sees as layers, movements, shadows, pulses. It doesn't just look at the forest, it sees through it. And its talons, those infamous bone-crushing claws, they're not just deadly. They're intelligent. Lined with pressure sensors, they can detect the resistance of muscle, bone, or fur. It's how the eagle adjusts its grip mid-flight, crushing what needs to be crushed, holding what needs to be carried. This is not a dumb brute of the skies. This is a precision-guided missile of nature, evolved, tuned, and honed over millions of years. But for all its mastery, the Harpy remains elusive. Scientists studying Harpy behavior have gone months without seeing a single bird. They set up remote cameras, track feathers, and follow nesting patterns through satellites. One researcher said, "You don't find the Harpy. The Harpy finds you, if you're lucky." Even their nests are legendary, built with branches, vines, and fresh greenery. Harpy eagles line their nests with aromatic leaves, not for decoration, but to repel insects and parasites. They're not just building homes. They're crafting clean, sustainable nurseries in one of the most parasite-rich environments on Earth. And yet, as powerful as they are, harpies need us now more than ever. The very adaptations that made them masters of the forest have become their vulnerability. They don't migrate. They need vast hunting territories, and they only breed once every few years. That means even a small drop in their population can take decades to recover. Their survival now depends not just on nature, but on us. On researchers who climb 150 feet into the canopy just to count eggs. On communities who preserve ancient trees instead of cutting them down. On viewers like you, who choose to learn, care, and act. Because the harpy is more than just a predator. It's a symbol of what nature can become when it's left to rise, undisturbed, through time. It's a spirit, a warrior, a shadow that flies. And it's worth every effort to keep it in the skies.